A bunch of new subscribers here from the NFL Draft. Thank you all so much for that. Don't miss a thing, though. Make sure you guys are subscribed and have your notifications turned on. Only about 17.7% of you have notifications set to all, meaning you will miss videos from us here at the Cowboys Report. So go into your settings, back where you first subscribed, click that bell, change it from personalized to all, so you get those 1 to 2 to 3 notifications a day every time there's a new Cowboys Report vid. Let's check in on the latest for CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gehlken reporting a Lamb extension should still happen. And, of course, it's going to be pretty expensive, which we mostly knew, but here's what Gehlken reports. It still appears a matter of when, not if, a Lamb long-term extension with Dallas is completed. Last month's deals for Brown and St. Brown, meaning AJ and Amon-Ra, did not raise the price tag. To argue otherwise would be to assume Lamb would have accepted a contract below $30 million in annual new money worth, which overlooks the steep jump in the league's 2024 salary cap and the fact that Lamb's coming off a franchise record 135 catches, 1,749 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Now, I fully agree. I think the minimum he was going to get was around $30 million. I mean, we did our projections of like the minimum floor before Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. Brown got dealt. And it was almost a 1-to-1 deal for what Amon-Ra St. Brown got, by the way. It was almost the exact same contract. I do think, though, that those deals probably did raise the floor a little bit. You know, and remember, A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb share the same agent. There's no universe in the multiverses of universe that may or may not exist in which the CeeDee Lamb agent is going to say, yes, I will take less than my last client got, even though this other one is younger and has been more productive and frankly better. So your floor is the $32 million per year deal that A.J. Brown got. By the way, that was a shorter term deal. And in general, the longer you go on a deal, the more you have to pay. Now, I will make note, Amon-Ra St. Brown is really 30.005 compared to Tyreek Hill's kind of fake $30 million a year deal. That final year was grossly inflated with no guaranteed money as part of it. Teams knew that. Someone was going to get a real $30 million price tag, and the floor is now $32 million. Like, that's what you have to beat. So could you have gotten a deal done for CeeDee Lamb for $31 million back in February? Maybe. Now, maybe sharing the same agent, knowing A.J. Brown was about to get paid, and you would argue that Lamb is better than Brown, so you want the less guy to get paid first. Maybe the timing wouldn't have worked out there. But the Cowboys have publicly said they wanted the leaves to fall. They wanted to see how it played out, and then two receivers immediately got paid more. Now, if you can get this deal done next, I think that's still an okay outcome for Dallas. But the longer you wait, more expensive it becomes. So will Dallas make CeeDee Lamb the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL? Y for yes, N for no. It is the pinned comment on today's video. You should know what that means. Ad might play on YouTube. It's fine. Don't worry about the ad. Instead, go vote the pinned comment Y or N. Now, I do think this deal gets done. And I've never really been that worried that a deal wasn't going to get done. I have confidence in the Cowboys getting pen to paper well before week 1. My issue has always been it's about the time it takes to get a deal done and it costing more. We haven't seen many receivers get paid after year 3, so that's fine. But you could have gotten this deal done before free agency and freed up a significant amount of salary cap space to actually do something in the free agency market. And the Cowboys weren't even trying to meet with Lamb's agent at the Combine. They didn't even try to. Other receivers are due for new deals. Justin Jefferson. Ja'Marr Chase might be next year, by the way. Brandon Aiyuk, we'll see exactly what his number comes in at. CeeDee Lamb. We are now at the point where it is no longer about just being the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. There's one player who makes more than A.J. Brown on a per-year basis. That is Nick Bosa at $34 million. Now, if you're the Cowboys, you know Justin Jefferson wants to beat that number. He might be asking for $36, $35 million per year. You want to get that deal done before Jefferson. Because the best case is still settling for we ended up getting the deal done, and he took $500,000 less, but if we'd done it previously, could have saved still a little bit more. I want to get that deal done as soon as possible because I know for a fact whatever Lamb makes, Jefferson will beat. So set the market and then no longer be the highest paid receiver in football like a week later, a month later, whatever. Today's show was made possible by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. Unlike the Cowboys contract talks, this stuff is simple and easy to do. You pick more or pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Then you watch those winnings roll in. Now you can do NBA, you can do MLB, season-long NFL stuff, and they're giving you a free square, by the way, for any of your PrizePicks selections between now and WNBA opening games, because it's a half point for Caitlin Clark. It's a freebie. So here's what my NBA PrizePicks slate is for upcoming slate of games here. I've got the Caitlin Clark freebie, more than Anthony Edwards, 28.5 points. Ant's been playing incredible. And more than Jason Tatum, 10 rebounds, 4 out of 5 for Edwards, or 5 in a row for Edwards, and 4 out of 5 for Tatum, I believe, on those numbers, or maybe 4 out of 5 for both. It's just easy. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. How about cutting or trading Markquese Bell? That was the pitch from Bleacher Report. I have thoughts on this one. They're like, Dan Quinn's gone. He's a dime linebacker. They have safety depth, which we'll actually come back to in a little bit here, by the way, which I find the complete differences of opinion between Bleacher Report and what ESPN claimed. To be blunt, hate this idea. Hate it. I am a big fan of Markquese Bell. I thought he played really well, out of position, frankly, for the Cowboys last year. I am closer to saying he should start at safety over somebody else, like a Donovan Wilson, than it should be to him not playing or being cut. So let's do a version of the F. Kill Mary game. What would you do with Markquese Bell? S for you'd start him, B for you'd bench him, D for you'd dump him. Sound off in the comments right now. Look, Bell was not a great run stopper at linebacker, but he was really good in coverage, and he's not a linebacker. He's subbed in there. He can be your dime linebacker still. He's a strong safety by trade. I thought he was outplaying Damone Clark, lowish bar, I guess, last season. The Cowboys, I think, are in great shape at safety. You have Malik Hooker, you have Donovan Wilson, Markquese Bell, and Wanye Thomas, and Israel Mukuamu. And Sheldrick Redwine has played snaps for you, which is why I was blown away. ESPN's, it was a Football Outsiders kind of crossover. Aaron Schatz, like, what's the biggest need for us? They're like, running back's too easy. It's actually third safety. And I'm like, what? And they're like, they lost Jaron Kearse. That Wanye Thomas has not played much. Israel Mukuamu has not played much. And they didn't mention Markquese Bell. Didn't mention him. Do they think he's still a linebacker? Do they not know ball? Did they forget about him? I will not stand for the Markquese Bell disrespect. At minimum, I want him in that Jaron Kearse role. I want him as that nickel dime linebacker, the tight end eraser guy. That he is your third safety, if not higher than that. So I did not understand that whatsoever. Now we are into the Cowboys' preferred offseason range where they show interest in guys because they can win the deal. Roster moves can and will happen. Hit that sub button at youtube.com/@CowboysTV for daily videos every single day. Let's check in on the Zay Jones status. Finished his visit with Dallas and then has one today, Thursday, with the Chiefs. So that's 4 visits as we've got a Zay Jones free agency tour. What a time to be alive. The Cardinals, the Titans, the Cowboys, and of course, most recently, the Chiefs. Now, Tennessee might not be in the market since they did sign Tyler Boyd after that visit with Jones. I think they're going, well, why is he taking all these visits? A couple of reasons, I think. Number one, he's looking for his best fit. the kicking the tires from the Cardinals, the Cowboys, Chiefs perspectives is just as much about the team's view as the players' view. They also want to know that when you get cut, that sucks. You're finding it's going to be a one-year deal. You're trying to find a nice destination that can set you up for success short-term and long-term. And by the way, I do suspect that teams wanted to look at the medical for Zay Jones. He had a knee and an ankle injury last year, said he was never quite right, showed in his play. They want to make sure that's all taken care of. I do want to dispute one thing I have seen claimed by several out there. The Cowboys did not cut Markquese Bryant thinking they were about to sign Jones and then lost Zay Jones. The timing was unique and unusual, but it was more coincidence than correlation. I think they had made the decision that Markquese Bryant wasn't going to work out. We'll try to do right by him, find a new destination. Teams don't cut a player when they have 2 open roster spots before they sign a different player. That no NFL team operates that way. If it's a one-to-one swap, they could still very well sign Zay Jones, but the Markquese Bryant release was, coincidence timing, but it was independent. And you guys know I have not been one to defend the Cowboys this offseason. So percent chance the Cowboys sign Zay Jones. Doesn't sound off in the comments. Some people got mad at me on Twitter because when the Denver Broncos cut former Cowboys quarterback Ben DiNucci, I made the comment, got to bring him home, bring back Nucci Maine, Gucci DiNucci. I wasn't actually serious about that, but that is our meme god, Ben DiNucci, and he makes the great hats, so we'll always kind of joke around and stand for him. The reason why it doesn't make much sense is you're going to give all of the reps to Trey Lance. Like, you're right, you don't have a 4th quarterback. You're giving Lance the 3, the 4, and some of the D2 reps. So, yes, you actually could make an argument that maybe you want a 4th quarterback on the roster, and DiNucci, with his knowledge of the offense, does make some sense. But the snaps just aren't available at this time. So before we go on this version or part of today's show, I should say, what is your favorite Ben DiNucci nickname? Is it the Nooch, Nucci Gucci, Nucci Maine? Sound off for me, or Gucci Nucci, excuse me, in the comments right now.